Welcome or welcome back to the 8th concession. My name is Natalie. Well, it's March here, but you wouldn't know it by looking behind me. We typically have snow on the ground in March. And in fact, 2.5 weeks ago, we had about 3 feet of snow on the ground. But we had some warm temperatures come through, and in a matter of a few days, it's all gone. Now, it's lovely and it gives me spring fever, but it's a little unsettling because it's unusual. Today, in fact, it's going up to an absolutely balmy 18 degrees Celsius, which is about 65. And this time of year, we're usually just below freezing. So that's a huge difference. Now, for the next week and a half or so, I looked at the forecast. We're going to be closer to normal. We're going to have temperatures still just slightly above freezing, I think 3 or 4 degrees Celsius, which is around 40, I think, Fahrenheit. It's still not quite normal, but it's a little closer to normal, and going down below freezing overnight. But today is an unusual day, and so even though the snow has gone, everything is still pretty dormant here. And I kind of need a little dose of that sort of spring, summer greenery and blossoms. So I'm going to do something that I'm very excited about. I'm going to go on a little bit of a road trip, not far, to the Royal Botanical Gardens in Hamilton. Now, I have just purchased a season's pass, so I plan on making multiple trips there. Right now, I don't think there's much going on in the gardens. I think they have 4 different garden areas. It's a huge area, and but there won't be much going on outside. But they also have some greenhouses and things to see indoors at the main center, and that's where I'm going to go today. I hear there's a Mediterranean exhibit with citrus trees, and I just need a little bit of that warmth and beauty and blooms and color right now in my life. And I'm going to take you along with me for just a little slice of what's to come, and also a little inspiration for our own gardens. I'm always looking for things to be inspired by, whether it's the house plants I have or out in my garden, color combinations, different varieties, just structure in the garden. All those things is what I'm kind of looking for. So why don't you come along with me? You can see everything's still pretty brown here. Everything is still dormant, a few patches of snow, but it actually won't be long before it's all green again. But in the meantime, heading to the Royal Botanical Gardens. I should have said it's not just Hamilton, it's also Burlington, which the cities are side by side. And because the RBG is so large, it's over 2,000 acres, it spans both cities. And today, though, we're heading to the Royal Botanical Gardens Center, which is where the greenhouses are, and that's actually in Burlington. Here we're going down through the escarpment, down into sort of the horseshoe where the cities of Hamilton and Burlington are, right on the tip of Lake Ontario. And it's a beautiful day for a drive. Now, the RBG does different themed displays, and for this spring, they have done a display called Alice in Bloomland. And as you can guess, it's based on the book Alice in Wonderland. And they have decorated the RBG Center, and not just in the greenhouses, but actually all through with displays relating to the themes of the book. And it was really wonderful, using flowers and props. It was really fun. This is the Mad Hatter's hat. It was huge, covered with real flowers. So much fun. This is the Mad Hatter's Tea Party table. You can see how much care they took using real moss and real flowers to decorate it. It was so colorful and so stunning to look at. So much work went into this. They have teacups hanging in trees. Here is the caterpillar with a living wall behind it. This room had all the spring blooms in it. It was my favorite. Look at those colors. They had everything: tulips, daffodils, hyacinths, grape hyacinths, and ranunculus. Look at the color. Don't they look like roses? Oh, I'd love to have some in my garden. And the smell, oh, I wish there were smell-o-vision, because the hyacinths, it just filled the air. It was so stunningly beautiful.
And here again, they have the figures from Alice in Wonderland, the soldiers from the card game. Here is the Mediterranean garden, and it was also decorated for the theme, but just look at those palms and the trees in there. The chairs were decorated. I love the stone wall. This is what I'd like to have in my garden, with the stone, flagstone paths and stone walls. Oh, and look at the fountain. These are bromeliads on the edge there, and I can't see what else. More teapots hanging from the tree, that's for the display. But just look at the ferns and the elephant ears. I love how they've put this all together with the lower plants like cyclamen, the pink cyclamen at the bottom here, sort of going from lower to higher. There was a pond with some koi. I wouldn't mind a pond in our backyard either. We're so wet here anyway. We might as well take advantage of it. I think it would have to be pretty deep for them to survive the winter, but it was great. And they have these lovely sort of grasses growing in the middle. Here again, we've got some tropical plants and the low plants near the edge going to the higher plants in the trees in the middle. That's something I want to sort of replicate in my gardens as well. Oh, and these cute little hedgehog planters. It's nice to have a little bit of fun in the garden too. This is the cactus and succulent greenhouse. And the orchids, oh my goodness, I can't even tell you how many orchids they had. There had to be hundreds, maybe thousands. And they were so beautiful. For a minute there, I thought they were fake. They were that beautiful. And the hydrangeas, look at those colors. They were just stunning, just stunning. And the orchids all the way up the trees. Look at that. More displays, more bromeliads. Those would only be, we'd be able to do inside here. Now this is the outside garden. This is Hendry Park. And you can see that everything is dormant and quiet right now, but I can't wait to see that and this rose garden come the summer. Right now, it's just going to start waking up, but it's going to be beautiful to come back. I can't wait. Here's a bee house as well along the paths. I hope this trip has inspired you for your garden too. Bye for now.